So, what have we got here? We've got the AirPods versus the Beats Solo 3 video, the ultimate fight, the ultimate battle between the headphones and earphones. Now then, you're probably wondering, which ones are the best? You may own both. I'm lucky enough to own both, and I've extensively tested both. And I'm not sure whether you'll be surprised by the answer, but we're going to take a good run through and you'll be able to make your own decision based on what I tell you. So, we're going to start with the AirPods, and I think it's a good place to start as they were the ones that I purchased first, and they're the ones that I've had the most extensive experiences with. And so, without further ado, let's get started with the AirPods, and I'll explain to you what I think are the positives, the negatives, and why I think they are worth the purchase. So, retailing at £159, are these worth it? Here we go, we'll have a quick look at what they actually look like. As you can see, they've got a fold-in hood at the top which flicks up open, obviously showing the AirPods themselves. Little charging light in there which goes orange. These are the little AirPods themselves. As you can see, real beautiful design, beautiful and white. The only downside to that is obviously you can get debris from the ear on them, and they do show quite easily with that. Having a look at the pill case, it's obviously got the little charging port at the bottom. Very, very shiny, but as you can see from mine, they do pick up dirt and scratches quite easily. This is what they look like when they're docked. Obviously it's got the orange light for the charging. But what you're here for is to actually know how good are the AirPods, and I've got to say they are excellent. To be quite clear, the earphones that you get within the box for the iPhone are very good earphones. So what's the difference between them and an AirPod? Well, it is basically just the cable. However, you do get the added functionality on the AirPods of being able to double tap the right ear, double tap the left ear. You can change the settings within that. So, for example, you could double tap the right ear and have that so it would set Siri. So you could ask it to play a specific song, you could ask it to call somebody, you could ask it to send a text. All the things that you love about Siri are some things that you can, well, are the things that you can do by double tapping an AirPod. Other features are you can play and pause with a double tap. You could skip a track, maybe go back a track. Change the volume within Siri. These are all things that you can do, and as Siri gets smarter, I assume that there'll be more and more features that are added. On the screen at the moment, it is just displaying the different iOS devices that you can use the AirPods with, which is a significant amount. It's basically from the iPhone 5 going forward. So, what's the quality like? Well, the quality is very, very similar to the ones that you get in the box, to be honest, without the cable. So you get the bass in there, you get the decent quality sound, decent clarity. I'm not an excellent audiophile, and I use mine for very basic gaming or listening to music, watching Netflix, that sort of thing. What I will say is that obviously it's compatible with the Apple Watch and things like that. So obviously if you have got a watch, you can go out for a run or go to the gym or whatever you need to do, and it's compatible with your watch, so you're enabled to listen to your music without even removing your phone from the house. It's just one of those extra added features. The other great thing is the fact that you can just pair it using the Apple's W1 chip, which is embedded within, and it's literally as simple as lifting the lid on the AirPods as I showed you earlier, hold it near the iPhone, and then it just literally says connect. Once you've then connected, they're ready to use. It's as simple as that, really. So how long do the batteries last? Well, the batteries last about 4 hours continuous use, although in everyday use I tend to get a little bit more than that. But what I do like is the fact that when they do run out of battery, you can charge them for a minute and you get about 30 minutes worth of use or something like that. So they're absolutely exceptional. So if I was going to rate AirPods out of 10, I'd probably give them a solid 8, just because they're very small, compact, convenient, and you can take them wherever you need. They've got plenty of charge. The case provides 24 hours as well. So let's now move on to the Beats. Now then, the Beats. Significantly more expensive, almost twice if not twice the price. So, is it worth doubling up that money and getting a more comfortable headset? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you about. So, as you can see on the screen, they're available in a significant amount of colours, and I have just recently seen that they're doing a Mickey Mouse special anniversary pair as well. They are very, very comfortable to wear, I've got to say, and they were very different to what I was expecting. With a lot of headphones that I've tried in the past, it's all about trying to get the deepest basses, and Beats don't go down that path. They seem to go more with the clarity of the voice and the instruments in the background. I've got to say, when I've been using the Beats, songs sound completely different because you hear instruments and vocals in the background that you've never heard before. This is something that I've never experienced when using headphones, and I've used the likes of Bose, Sonos, and all the different brands. So the Beats also feature the W1 chip, so it's as easy as just turning them on, holding them near your iPhone, and waiting for them to connect, and tapping the connect button. Ready to go. Compatible with your Mac. All the same devices that your AirPods are compatible with, so from the iPhone 5 onwards, really. Incredibly, they also feature a Siri button, so you hold down the B and it then gives you the Siri options, so you're unable to do all the same things that you could do on the AirPods. So it is literally boiling down to the quality of the sound and how comfortable they are to wear. So it makes it a little bit tricky in trying to pick which one that I would favour over the other. But hopefully with this little bit of information you'll be able to make a decent choice. So let's have a quick look at what the Beats look like. So here's the pair that I've got, folded up quite nicely. They come with a little carry case and you can put them in to keep them safe. Nice blue colour I got. Here we can have a look around the cups themselves. Very, very soft, very, very premium quality. They're not cheap. You can tell that just by lifting them up. They're a little bit heavier than what you would expect. But obviously, if you want decent quality sound, you need heavier. There you go. There's the B button and the power button there, which is what you'd press and hold to activate the Siri. And there's a headphone jack. If you've got no charge, you can still resort back to using a cable. And here's what they'll look like when they're switched on. As you can see, underneath the power light there's 5 little LEDs, and that just shows how much battery power you've got left if required. And there's the charging port. Speaking of charging, I think it's very important that we talk about the battery life, because obviously on the Beats it offers up to 40 hours of battery life, which is an incredible amount of charge. And it's really important, you know, when comparing with the AirPods, that you get from 4 hours in an AirPod up to 40 hours in some Beats. What is important to recognise is the fact that when your AirPods do go flat, you can just put them within their little case and they charge up within no time at all. Whereas with the Beats, obviously you need to find a power port and you need to plug them into something. So if you've got nothing on you that's got a USB port or a mini USB charger, then obviously that's the case. However, with a 5-minute charge you can get 3 hours playback, which is pretty incredible, to be honest. But you've got to bear that in mind. With the little AirPods case, you can carry that with you, and that gives you up to 24 hours charge, so that's important to know. So which one is my favourite? I've got to say, based on the price, the value, the sound, the charge, the battery life, for me, I'm going to make my winner the Apple AirPods.